Welcome to the first meeting of Yapaholics Anonymous, where people who just can't help themselves with their hyperfixations can come and talk about it as much as they want with other people who are also fixated on various shows, games, books, or other media. I am your host, Gavin Reynolds, and we are joined today by today's co-host. Let her introduce herself.
Caitlyn Thompson.
And we'll just go from there. So, Caitlyn, what have you been interested in recently?
Well, recently I've been really interested in vinyl records.
Mm-hmm. I think that Caitlyn actually has her own podcast that she plans to start soon. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's pending, but...
It's pending, but you have the rough idea, right?
Yeah. Well, basically, Vinyl Verdicts, which is the name of the podcast.
Epic name, by the way.
Well, I want to be able to, take a vinyl album, go through it, song by song, get a rating on each song from the different guests, and kind of just talk about it.
Okay. What's your favorite record?
My favorite record that I own, actually own, is Farewell Angelina by Joan Baez.
Oh. And what's your favorite album, of all time, just in general?
Of all time? Probably With the Beatles by the Beatles.
Yeah, I think you've mentioned that you actually really like the Beatles. I think she's actually in our college's Beatles club.
Yeah, Beatles fan club. Hey, if you guys want to go to Beatles fan club.
If you happen to attend the same college as us.
Yeah, if you happen to attend Marshall University, Beatles fan club, Harris Hall, Thursday at 6 o'clock.
She's advertising her club more than she's advertising her podcast. But yeah, it's pretty cool. How many people have shown interest in your podcast so far? I know I've told you that I would love to be on there.
Yeah, you and Abby, and then I think Faith wants to talk about the Noah Kahn albums.
And for the listeners, Abby and Faith were actually two people who we wanted to have on the first episode of Yapaholics, but unfortunately one of them's not in the state right now, and the other one I think
went home.
Yeah, she went home because we have a short little October break. Now, not to take the spotlight from my lovely co-host today, but what I've recently been very interested in is this manga/anime called Dandadan. It's recently been kind of getting a surge in popularity. It's been in my my awareness for a good while from people on Twitter and other friends of mine, but I hadn't actually started reading it until recently. She just dropped one of her earrings while fiddling with them.
My bad.
It's okay. But basically, it's I think it's 120, 140 chapters right now, but the anime recently came out with its first episode, and it's essentially, there's these two characters, Ayase, who believes in ghosts and spirits, and then there's Ken Takakura, who they refer to as Okarun, for reasons I will elaborate on. But the basic idea of the first episode is that Okarun is oh, you're silly, ghosts and spirits don't exist, and then she's well, neither do aliens, they don't believe in each other's major interest.
That's really cool.
I know. And then and what happens is they're fine, and they're okay, let's make this a game, and then he has Ayase go to this building where alien sightings have happened, and then she has him go to this tunnel where ghost sightings have happened, and she's by the way, the internet said that there's absolutely something in there, and then he's the internet says, have you never seen a ghost? And then she's well, have you ever seen an alien? And neither of them have seen proof of either of the things they believe in. But then while they're both at their respective places, they both encounter, Okarun encounters ghosts, and then she encounters aliens. And the ghost that Okarun encounters is this very crude grandma ghost called Turbo Granny.
Turbo Granny?
Turbo Granny, yes. And I think she's based on a real Japanese yokai. I could be wrong. Don't fact check me. But her whole thing basically is that you walk in there, and if you run from her, she will chase you down, and she runs at 100 kilometers per hour. At all times without slowing down or anything. And if she catches you, she curses you. And to keep it PG, she essentially steals a certain body part of whatever person she possesses in the lower regions. And her having that is what affects, like, the curse. So as long as you're cursed by her, you don't have it. And there's actually a plot line where...
What kind of anime is this?
It's, okay, it's one of those things where, like, it sounds ludicrous on paper, and then you, like, watch it or read the manga, and it's like, this is awesome, but what is going on? But then on Ayase's side, I could be mispronouncing her name. I hope I'm not. I think it's Ayase. But the aliens she encounters, which are called, I think, Serpoians or Serponians or something, and they're like these sort of almost robotic, like, all same-sexed, like, aliens who are trying to, like, research, and that is my alarm that just went off on recording. That's fine. We can either edit that out or keep it in. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But, for the record, it's an old car alarm because I set that as my, like, alarm to go to the gym every day, which I was doing for, like, 2 to 3 weeks. And then I got really busy, and I haven't been back to the gym since. But I haven't turned off the alarm yet because if I do that, it's admitting defeat.
That is true.
If I turn that alarm off, then it's saying I will never go back to the gym. But I keep not going, so I'll just be in the middle of talking to people and just...
Yeah. I think I've went to the gym at the rec once since I moved in.
It's a really good gym that we have on campus. It has a lot of equipment, and I feel like the people there aren't really, like, I was intimidated when I first went, but I haven't really been, like, felt judged or stared at by anybody, despite being, like, a bigger guy walking on treadmills and hitting weights and stuff. But, we just got so off topic. But you know what? That's good. That's the point. That's the point.
Yeah.
You know, conversational podcast that is trying its best to focus.
Yeah.
I just realized that I've been speaking away from the mic, and because of that, it's been picking up a little bit on yours. But that's fine. That's funny. I don't mind this being really sloppy. Maya, my editor, if you want to edit whatever out to make it sound better, your discretion entirely.
Yeah, this is like your canvas, your art thing.
Yeah, you know, when I told you that when you offered to edit and you were like, can I please, like, mess around with it and experiment? Absolutely, because I don't know what I'm doing, and I shout out to Maya, my editor. She's great. She'll hopefully be on here eventually. But back to topic, Dandadan. It's been really good. The first episode was very well animated. The music for it is amazing. And I think I gave a pretty good idea of what it's about just by describing it. Yeah. But also, like, the further you get into the manga, at least, there's, like, this idea that, like, the aliens and ghosts are, like, at odds with each other at all times. Like, the ghosts are preventing the aliens from invading the Earth, and the aliens can't do anything about the ghosts, so they go after people who have been, like, possessed or, like, have somehow gained the powers of these ghosts through whatever, like, supernatural means, so they can try and, like, study them and dissect them and find out what they can do to beat, like, the yokai and different, like, spirits, which I think is a really interesting idea that, like, there's, like, this, like, conflict between aliens and ghosts where one really wants in and can't do anything about the people keeping them out. So they have to, like, go through humans to do it. I think that I've yapped a good bit about my topic. Is there anything you would like to talk about?
Well, like, building onto your topic, I just want to say that, like, the whole, like, it kind of sounds like monsters versus aliens.
It's honestly, it's like, it's not as much of, like, a silly, like, oh, look at these weird monsters, look at these weird aliens, but I do see, like, the dynamic comparison. Which is really funny that you just said that, because I'm just imagining, like, that blob guy, like, shaking the Jell-O in the guy's face.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I know that you mentioned when we had our little brainstorm for this, you had some other things that you were super interested in. Do I have to pull up the notes, or?
You can pull up the notes.
Okay. Let's air Caitlyn's dirty laundry today and see what exactly she wanted to talk about at this first meeting. This is now an ASMR podcast. Okay. Oh, you said, this is a great one. She had brought up Harry Potter Marauders
Oh my
fan fiction,
God.
which is specifically fan fiction about James Potter,
I gotta pull it up.
Sirius Black, Peter Pettigrew, and what is Lupin's first name?
Remus.
Remus Lupin. Now, I should clarify for the record, I'm not a Harry Potter fan anymore. I was when I was younger. I despise the author. And the older I get, the more I realize that it's not as good as I used to think it was.
No, the books really aren't. They are children's books.
Yeah, they're
though.
children's books, but they're also like, people hype them up a lot. I think
Yeah.
the movies, honestly, for the first time ever, I think the movies are actually better than the books because, like, there's just an objective, like, production value to it. And also, oh, what's her name? She died recently. The one who plays McGonagall?
Maggie Smith.
Yes, Maggie Smith is there's so many good actors in
There
Harry Potter.
are.
And, like, Daniel Radcliffe got his career off of that.
Yeah, like I really think that like without the movies, Harry Potter wouldn't like be as popular
like, the
as it is
books
today.
were really big, but, like, the movies kind of, like, skyrocketed, I feel.
Yeah.
Because the movies, like, even ignoring, like, the bad world building and the kind of lackluster character development, the movies are shot really well.
Yeah.
Like, definitely.
Yeah. So
Yeah, on to the fan fiction about Harry Potter's dad and all of his friends.
So there is one like do you guys know Archive of Our Own?
I'm sure they know AO3.
Yeah.
I'm sure that for those who don't know, it is similar to sites like Wattpad and fanfiction. Is it fanfiction.net?
It's better than Wattpad.
You're right. Yeah, no, Wattpad is not stories of quality. It is people's proclivities.
I feel like
on
Wattpad
display.
is more like I got sold to One Direction, and like AO3 is like
AO3 is like actual stories that people are writing a lot of the time. It's also degenerate, but
yeah, but there's like it's kind of well written degeneracy.
yeah, I mean it ranges. I mean, wasn't My Immortal on AO3, or was it on fanfiction.net?
It was on Wattpad.
Was My Immortal on Wattpad?
I think it was.
Oh my gosh, never mind. Wattpad is terrible.
Because AO3 like came out in 2012, and My Immortal was like 2009.
Oh my gosh. Also, whatever that noise you guys just heard was me cracking my knuckles. Hold on, wait. There it is again. Back to the ASMR podcast. No, I'm kidding. Don't slurp the mic. Oh no. Okay.
You can keep that in.
Yes, Maya, keep the slurping in. I'm sure our viewers will love that.
Yeah, that's why they watched it.
Yeah, they don't watch this for the gay man yapping about his interests. They don't watch this for Caitlyn talking about the Beatles and fan fiction. They watch this for Caitlyn slurping the mic.
Yeah.
Just good old, just the mic, just making slurping noises. We love it.
So the main fan fiction that I want to talk about in Marauders is called All the Young Dudes. It is 188 chapters.
188 chapters.
It is 526,969 words. It was completed in 2018.
This is longer than some like major
Yep.
fictional series.
Also, it's very popular. It has 42,544 bookmarks.
That is a lot of bookmarks.
And
Oh my
15
gosh.
million hits.
15 million hits?
Yeah.
How many people use AO3? Like, is there a statistic on that?
I have no idea.
Here, hold on. I'll look it
Look
up
it
right
up.
now. For the record, if we ever sound kind of stressed about this, it's because we've done like readings for our school's newspaper and they don't allow those to be edited. So we have to do it all in one
Yeah.
take. So if we mess anything up, it's like restart.
Yeah.
So it might take an episode or two to shake off that tightness of like, oh no, what if I misspeak?
Yeah.
Who cares? It's funnier.
Yeah, it's fine on here, but like, for those newspapers, you got to get it right.
2.5 million registered users. So people with accounts.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think hits do like
Oh my
track
God.
people without accounts too.
Yeah, they do. Over 6 million fan fictions.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's actually... Oh, wait. This is saying as of 2023, it's gone up to 6 million. What happened between... COVID.
COVID. Yeah.
COVID happened. That's what happened between May 9th, 2020 and Like COVID was already going, but it definitely shot up.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like there's been such a big culture of like hardcore like diving into being kind of delusional about the things you like.
Yeah.
Like
it's
with things like character AI. Like it's gone from just like, oh, you know, this story didn't elaborate enough on this, so I want to hear this, to like, I'm going to train an AI bot to talk like serious black.
Or like people who are like, I'm gonna shift into another reality.
Oh my god, not shifting, dude.
Oh my god. I hate shifting culture, but I could talk about it for hours.
It's so funny, dude. Literally, I'm so glad that this is going exactly how I wanted it to. This is the podcast right now. We are the only. Listen, Joe Rogan. I'm coming for your neck.
Yes.
I will surpass you, Joe Rogan. That is my goal.
Yeah.
We will become the #1 podcast.
I'll you with my bare hands.
Whoa!
Take that out. Take that out.
Maya, if you think it's funny and we wouldn't get in trouble, please include that.
Yeah.
But use your discretion. I trust you more than me on this. But oh my gosh. What was I gonna say? Shifting, right, dude. I've seen people like recently on TikTok being like, okay guys, be so for real. Were y'all just making it up? Were y'all just lying? Or did you actually believe that?
Is that like, oh God, I gotta go to the tag because there were so many people saying that like they went to Hogwarts.
Dude, it's
and like I've got it. Like I have to know. Was it like group psychosis or like?
Okay, I'm so convinced that what it is, because like I know people who are very deep into like mental illness and like feeding it's like a feedback loop of delusion, because I'll know people who don't get treatment for stuff, and like I feel like that's the kind of thing that led to like the shifting stuff. Is I think a lot of people were just actually making it up, but then the people who like are capable of like believing that stuff and kind of can get like super into it, whether it be like as a coping skill or like as a form of just general comfort. I think that's how it got so big, was that there were people who were just making it up, and then there was people who really latched onto it as this thing that gave them like comfort and a way to like kind of practice escapism from their own problems, which is entirely understandable. But retroactively, seeing people be like, dude, I was just lying through my teeth is really funny.
Especially after like they would come for you in like 2020 if you said that it wasn't real. TikTok comment sections, they would kill you. And like it was bad. But there are 2.5 million posts under the hashtag shifting.
Did you say 2.5 million?
Yes. And then under Shift Talk, there is 910,000 posts. So that's almost 1 million.
That is pretty crazy. Also, the way that, so she has like these, they're not, I don't think they're real jade, unless she's just a rich girl, but they're like these pretty like jade loop earrings, but the way that they're like positioned on the table makes it look like they're sitting in a puddle of water. Because of the way they like reflect light, it makes it look like they're sitting like in a wet puddle.
These are definitely not real jade because
they're very pretty though.
I got them at Walmart.
I've been meaning to get my ears pierced. I just like, it's not the fear of the needle. It's the fact that I know I have to like keep up with it afterwards. Yeah. And I'm worried that like I'm going to get like really busy one night, not be able to do everything properly, and then wake up with an infection.
Yeah. Well, like, okay, I'm going to be real with you for a minute. Mm-hmm. I got my ears pierced when I was like 6.
Lucky.
So,
I wish, dude, there's so many things I wish happened before I was conscious enough to like be scared of it.
Well, okay, funny story, off topic, but like funny story about when I got my ears pierced. I begged my mom for my 6th birthday to let me get my ears pierced because I was sick of clip-ons. Okay.
Yeah, only 6 years. Folks, she was only 6 years old and already sick of clip-ons. She wanted the real thing now.
I did. I needed it. However, I didn't understand that meant that they were going to put a needle in my ear.
You just thought that that you just walk in there, just like magically your ears are pierced.
Yeah. So, the lady took out the needle gun. This was at Claire's.
Oh no, you went to Claire's.
I was 6, so yeah.
We should have. Dude, listen. Okay, for our viewers, if you ever get your ears pierced or any kind of piercing, go to a tattoo shop.
Yeah,
go to a tattoo shop because they legally have to legally have to clean their needles like in between every single thing they use them for.
Yeah.
Because of how like easy it is for tattoos to get infections. Go there and they will pierce your ears. And I think some of them even have like like jewelry for you to buy. Always go to a tattoo shop to get your ears pierced. Do not go to Claire's. Don't go anywhere that uses the piercing gun. That is such an easy way to get like an infection, and it will hurt worse. Like, yeah, sure, the needle will be piercing and like bleed, but actually I don't think it bleeds if they do it right, because it's through cartilage, right?
I have no idea.
Well, literally, just like, you got your ears pierced. You had earrings in. What do you mean you have no idea?
Well, mine didn't bleed at Claire's.
Okay.
But they used a gun.
Yeah, no, okay. So was it like an actual needle gun, or was it like the pressure gun where it like... Right, you were 6 years old. My apologies. But no, literally, like the idea of them using one of those like pressurized piercing guns freaks me out. Because like, what do you mean you're not just gonna use a needle?
Yeah.
Like, a needle would be so much easier. It's gonna hurt. Like, I know that it's gonna hurt when it happens, but like, I will be fine. One thing I would never do though is get a nose piercing. Literally, I'm terrified. Like, I can already barely handle anything with my nose that's like not just it existing. Which could be like a sensory thing. I don't know. But the idea of like getting a needle through this is just no. Yeah. Like, it's such a sensitive area.
Yeah. Like, this might be a little bit of a TMI, but if I get like a too sharp booger, I'm out. Okay.
Too sharp booger.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I think that most people look cool with them, but like also, at what cost, man?
Yeah. They've won, but at what cost? I don't want to get too deep into like my consistent like hyperfixations or interests, because we'll be here for hours. That's why I want to talk about Dandadan the way I did, because, you know, I'm just not getting into it, so I can't talk about that much because I don't know that much. Oh, by the way, in Dandadan, I was reading the manga, and there is a canonical reason that aliens abduct cows. And it actually happens because of the main characters, because what happens is there's like this mantis shrimp alien. And the only reason that he's like fighting and helping out the other aliens is because his son has like a condition where he needs blood transfusions every day, and he needs to afford it. So he needs to get paid. But what happens is the main character's grandma, Granny Saiko, I think. Saiko, something like that. No, not Psycho. Saiko, I think. She sees like his blood, and because she like takes off the bandages they put on him after he got injured, and she's like, these smell like rags used to wipe up milk. So she goes and gets like a thing of milk, and he drinks it. He's like, this is what our blood is. So it turns out that cow's milk is exactly the same as this alien race's blood. So this guy like gets his ship and abducts a cow. Because, like, not abducts, the grandma is like, hey, I know a dairy farmer who would give you a cow. So there's, like, this panel of just a cow being abducted and all the main characters watching. So canonically in Dandadan, there's an alien race whose blood is exactly the same as cow's milk.
So they take cows for like blood transfusion reasons?
I don't think that it's like any... Obviously, it's just kind of the bit of like, oh, aliens abducting cows with like tractor beams. I don't know if they consistently do it. Probably, but I don't know. Maybe there's just a whole new race of like cows off on an alien mantis shrimp planet.
Yeah.
Caitlyn, I forget, did you say that your favorite band is the Beatles? Or do you just really like the Beatles?
I just really like the Beatles. I don't like ranking bands because it depends on what I'm talking about.
That's entirely fair. It can change from day to day, depending on what songs you've been listening to. Or maybe your true favorite band you haven't even heard yet.
Exactly.
You know, there was a time in my life where I didn't know who Mitski was, and that was a sad time.
That's scary.
It was a terrifying time. Dude, I went to go see her. I think I've told you about it. I went to go see her like a month ago. It was awesome. But on the way back, because I was riding with my cousin and her friend Lincoln, he was driving, and you know, I fall asleep in the back seat, and they were talking about like going somewhere to eat, and everywhere in Cleveland was closed. And then we went to a gas station, and I really needed to use the bathroom. I was like, hey, do you guys have a bathroom? And they were like, no. No. And I think one of them was like, you could just go up. One of the employees was like, you could just go out back. And I'm like, that sounds sketchy. I'm not walking back behind this place that you just told me to go to use the bathroom.
But like the thing is in like the greater Ohio, West Virginia area, there's so many gas stations that just have like their bathroom is like behind the building.
Dude, no, they were like, we don't have a bathroom. I think what it was they after a certain time, people weren't allowed to use the bathroom there,
Yeah,
which is
because
really
tweakers.
stupid.
It's because tweakers.
Yes, listen, if people who are on drugs want to do drugs, they will find a way to do drugs.
Yeah.
So making it inconvenient for the rest of the populace just to try and prevent people from doing drugs is stupid. Because what you should be doing is focusing on giving these people opportunities to recover and get help instead of being like, okay, jail time. Anyway, we'll talk about the war on drugs being a failure eventually. By the time this podcast ends, my political views will be very out. They will be very known to the general public. Let's look at the notes to see what else Caitlyn said she wanted to talk about.
Oh, wait, let me describe what All the Young Dudes is about.
Oh, yeah. You should describe the album.
What?
Not the album. All the Young Dudes, the fan fiction.
Yeah. Well, All the Young Dudes is the title of this, and I think some of the plot is based on a song, All the Young Dudes, by Mott the Hoople. If you don't know who that is. They are a band from the 70s.
Sounds like a 70s band.
Yeah. They toured with Queen in 74, I think.
Were they like an opener, or was it like they just went on the same like
I think
concert?
they were an opener.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this one band, hold on. There was a Japanese band that opened for Mitski, and they were really good. Oh, what were they called? Hold on, let me look them. It might be in my Spotify search history if I scroll it far enough. You go on about what you're going on about.
Okay.
This is about All the Dudes.
What?
Is it All the Dudes?
All the Young Dudes.
All the Young Dudes, right. Why is
I think the song is originally by David Bowie, like written by David Bowie.
There's a... David Bowie's great. We love David Bowie.
Don't fact check me on that, because I think, like, I have a Mott the Hoople record back at my dorm, and All the Young Dudes is on it because it's a live performance thing, and it says, like, in the writing credits, Bowie, so, like, I think maybe it was written by David Bowie, and it sounds very David Bowie if you listen to the song.
I mean, David Bowie was very prolific, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
That's kind of like finding... Okay, there's this artist... Andrew Hull, also known as Andy Hull, and he's the lead singer for this band called Manchester Orchestra, which I love, but he also has so many different projects, it's not funny, and he's also been a producer on one of Michael Jackson's daughter's albums.
Really?
Yes. His music's amazing, his singing voice is great. He has this one project that an ex of mine really likes, who is now a good friend of mine, Ride Away, Great Captain. And it's the most, like, depressing, like, off-yourself music ever. Like, it's so... Because it's the story about, like... God, I'm yapping about somebody else's hyperfixations.
That's fine.
But it's, like, this story about this, like, sailor. And basically what happens is his wife cheats on him with his brother. And then he kills the brother. And I think the wife kills herself after that. And it's like the story of him. I think what it is first is that he gets cheated on, and then the story starts out as this like revenge story, like almost Moby Dick-esque.
Yeah.
But then after he kills him, he's like wanted for murder and like on death sentence. And I think that the whole story is kind of about like this, like getting revenge and it not fulfilling you, and you being left like empty and hollow, and like eventually like accepting the inevitability of death. It's a really like depressing project, and I don't know who hurt Andy Hall, but his songs are great. Manchester Orchestra is one of my favorite bands. Their album Simple Math changed my brain chemistry a significant amount. If any of you guys are anyone who listens to this, I don't know who it'll be, you should definitely check out Manchester Orchestra. They're great. And also any of the bands that have been mentioned, or any of the shows or manga.
Or fanfiction.
Or if you are a avid purveyor of fan fiction, then I'm sure All the Young Dudes is a great place to go.
Yeah. If you got time during the break.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that many people get breaks like what we're getting at Marshall, Caitlyn.
That's true, but...
It's like a very oddly placed break that also extends our semester by a week.
Yeah.
We're getting 2 days off in exchange for a week more of college.
Yeah, but like then we have like an extra week before finals.
Oh, that's true, actually. You're right. And it's called Dead Week, but it's not... I don't think they're calling it that anymore, because you still get new assignments during it, which is really stupid.
Yeah.
I hate when classes are like, hey... The biggest thing in your life is coming up next week, but
Here's a little essay.
read this book for me and write an essay about it. If you don't turn it in tomorrow, you might not come and take your final. But yeah, no. I'm not looking forward to Dead Week because the idea of like having finals coming up scares me. Luckily, I think that for this semester, my finals, there's only one that's actually going to be like an exam, which is going to be my math class, which is kind of scary, but I'll make it through. My final for my Texting the World class, which is like a critical thinking English course. Okay, I think my headphones might have messed up, but Maya, if you want to cut that out, you can. I don't mind looking like a fool on here. I don't know, this first episode will probably be like 40 to 50 minutes. We haven't even gone through all of the like allotted recording time, but I imagine that we can go a little longer than this and be fine. Because, you know, other people have to record, I guess. Actually, I don't even know if anybody else has to record, but Alex does want to go home at some point, I'm sure.
He went home.
Did he go home?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we have to close.
Right, we have to close up. I actually, wait, if he went home, does that mean that nobody else is recording today?
I think so.
I think we're just good to like go as long as we want, but I'm going to keep it like 40 to 50 minutes.
Yeah. I think my mom is going to be here like at 6, so I'm going home.
This weekend, at the expense of not being able to see my boyfriend, I am going to SubasaCon with my cousin, which is this like anime. I think it's mostly cosplay focused, but she was just like, "Hey, do you want to go?" And my uncle is like, I forget exactly what he is. He's either like the lead of a board of directors for a bunch of conventions. He works for some like big convention company. I don't know all the details. I just know that like it's big enough that he'll take like trips to Europe for this company, which is really funny because like thinking about that, like my uncle's super successful. And then my dad is a meth addict in California right now trying to get a blackjack job.
Oh.
Dude, no. Listen, I didn't talk to him for the longest, and then he sent me a really pitiful message, and I was like, you know what? The worst he can do is get on my nerves. And he just keeps me like, son, I have an interview for a blackjack position at a casino, and I'm just like, good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm honestly, this was not going to be exclusively about hyperfixations. Let's be so real.
We were fooling ourselves.
We were fooling ourselves thinking this was going to be just about stuff. Because the thing is, now that we're so deep in, I don't want to start talking about like some of the bigger stuff that I'm into because we'll be here for hours.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff that I'm probably going to have to dedicate an entire episode to.
Yeah.
If there's ever a time where you hear only my voice, expect it to just go and go and go for like 40 to 50 minutes. Though I hope to keep as many like rotating voices on here as possible. But I feel like Caitlyn is going to be kind of a consistent co-host.
I'm going to try to be.
Yeah. Though obviously once her own podcast starts, it might
be a
shift
bit
up
difficult.
a bit. Yeah. But also, whenever her podcast starts up, Final Verdict, I might also be on there. So if you guys particularly like me and for some reason hate Caitlyn, if you hate Caitlyn, you're
watch
lame.
the show.
Yeah. You can come watch it for me. Or if you hate Yapaholics but love Caitlyn, Final Verdict.
Yeah. I mean,
or if you hate somebody on Final Verdict but you love Yapaholics. Yapaholics Anonymous. We were originally going to do like a logo that was like the AA symbol, but like changed up. But then somebody pointed out to me that it's kind of distasteful.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, it's this organization focused on helping people recover from like alcohol abuse. And they pointed it out to me. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. So we are going to be working on a logo to hopefully be posted with this episode. I might just see if somebody can like fancily draw out the name. Or like we could still do like YA. I just don't want to do it like directly based on the logo. Both because I don't know what the copyright is on that, and also I don't want to be insensitive because I've known people who struggle with that, and also you know, I'm not an unempathetic crap basket.
Yeah. It would be a little bit.
I really wish that somebody in the group chat had pointed that out to me, because I texted in the group chat. I was like, hey guys, I had an idea for a logo. If you guys can throw any ideas you have. And then my idea was like taking like the actual AA logo and changing to like YA and like adding different associated. She just did the earring thing again. And like changing it up. But honestly, I will probably just like ask her. I think it's Abby drawing it. I'll be like, hey, listen, you can do whatever you want to do with this, but like maybe just like draw out the name fancily and like add little like cameos to it. Like I was thinking maybe it could be like just Yapaholics Anonymous, like drawn out nice, and then like different like characters or things from like media that we're interested in,
Yeah.
which I think would be really cool.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say, I was so proud of the name Yapaholics Anonymous, and then Caitlyn over here hit me with, oh yeah, my podcast is called The Vinyl Verdict, which is the coolest name ever.
Well, I like Yapaholics Anonymous better, but... Well, okay, I'm gonna like yap about the name now, but basically,
Yapping about Yapaholics.
yeah. But like, Yapaholics Anonymous is like really good. Like the name is like really clever. Especially like paired with the intro. But Vinyl Verdict is like obviously supposed to be like the final verdict is.
Yeah. What's the final verdict on this album? What is our group consensus?
Yeah. That was the idea, and I came up with it with my roommate, Grace. I love you.
Grace, if you're listening to this, Caitlyn loves you.
Yeah, you're my best friend.
Aw. My roommate I've known him since middle school. Like
Really?
we've been locked in since like I was in 6th grade, he was in 7th. So
Yeah.
though there was like a good like several years where I didn't see him in person, just texted him a lot. But now we live together. So on the bright side, we've confirmed our friendship can last living together.
That's good.
That is the biggest advantage of like with roommates and stuff in college. On one hand, it's like you could get somebody you know, and it's like, oh cool, I already know I like this person, but you could risk hating them by the end of it. And then there's random roommates, which could help you meet like the best person ever, and it could also be terrible. Like my roommate's last roommate was awful. Like Sam was like, yeah, I may not be like the perfect roommate. Like I feel like I could maybe be a little less like messy,
Yeah.
and like he would acknowledge like sometimes like hair would get left in the shower or whatever because he's got this big old like curly hair. It's it's really funny. A lot of people, not a lot, but like a few people have genuinely thought that he was like mixed and just like really light skinned because of how like he has like massive, really curly hair. There's this one story from high school where our friend Claire, Sam had like said something like, "Oh, dude, I'm so white," and then she was just like, "You're white," which like I don't understand. Like I get the hair, but like I don't understand because Sam is the most like white person ever. Like it's bad.
Yeah.
Like especially in combination with like him being kind of a picky eater. Like he's not super bad about it, but like oh dude, speaking of picky eaters, my boyfriend is also a picky eater because I remember I was talking about like date ideas and we were trying to decide on a place to eat and there's this place called Black Sheep in Huntington and I was like, hey, they're like Mexican food, right? And he was like, yeah, I've sampled their chicken tenders and fries. And he said that and I was like, oh, so you're a picky eater then. And I was like, okay, that's fine, but I'd like to pick some place that like, you know, we can both enjoy to the fullest.
Yeah.
So we went to this one place, Calamity J's, which is like a Tex-Mex place.
Yeah.
I actually applied for a job there recently. Because, you know, podcasting can't pay the bills.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was a voice crack! Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. I don't know. That's the thing is, I don't know how much of this I want to leave raw and how much I want Maya to, like, take out. I'll just, honestly, I might just be like, hey, Maya, whatever you think isn't funny, please get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not a funny mess up, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because she is, like, an actual editor. She has much more common sense with it than I do. Oh, by the way, this like the thing that they give us to record with. Oh, okay. The thing they give us to record with has like a soundboard where you can like do things to your voice.
Like this. You can talk like this.
You can talk like this. You can talk over a megaphone.
You can talk like a monster.
A large robot
But
and a small robot.
and it's really funny because like why are these here? I think there's more. What is this?
Oh, I think this is video.
I think that one's for like the lizard podcast.
Yeah.
What's it? Lizards Inc. The presidents of like the podcasting club, they have this like conspiracy podcast that's framed as like lizard people talking about like the ideas that they plant for humans to like latch onto so they don't catch onto them.
Yeah. It's really good. You guys should watch it. You guys should watch all the podcasts.
Definitely. Every podcast that the Dead Podcaster Society works on.
Yeah.
We're pretty cool, I fear.
Yeah, we do have unlimited aura, unfortunately, so...
She couldn't even take herself seriously. She immediately started losing it, dude. Oh my gosh. Dude, no, speaking of like brain rot and stuff, I've had that "Mama, a girl behind you" is so stuck in my head.
Oh my god.
And my favorite one is like the like where people started like, "Mama, the past behind you. Mama, the future ahead of you."
Yes.
It's so dude, when I was driving over here, for the record, I was late to this recording session.
Yeah, by like 20 minutes.
But not okay, yes, actually literally like 20 minutes. And this is gonna sound really bad. I walked all the way like across campus, so it was already like a 10 to 15 minute walk. And then on the way, somebody's dog ran up to me, and I just spent like 3 minutes petting it. So
Mama, a dog behind you.
Mama, a dog behind you. But I was in like the car of the person driving me back, my friend Alexandra, and we were with Gracie, who's also our friend from my like communications class. And we were at Taco Bell, and then we were leaving, and then I checked my phone, and Alex, one of the co-presidents of the club, texted me like, "Hey, are you still good for 4 p.m.?" And I'm like, "It's 3:59, and I am 20 minutes away from campus right now." I was like 5 minutes away from campus, but like a total of like 20 to 25 minutes away from getting there. And I'm like, I will be late. Please wait for me. Because he wanted to leave, obviously, which I can't blame him for because he needs to go to the doctor. Guys, he's not been feeling well. He almost fell.
Yeah.
Mr.
Message him and tell him to go to the doctor. Don't do that.
Don't
do that.
We're not giving you his We're not giving you his contact information.
Yeah, we're not going to be doing that.
You're not getting that.
No. You're not getting tickets to that show, honey.
No. To the show. What the show of the sad college senior.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But we have a lot. There's this one podcast that Faith, who will be on the show eventually. It's like about atomic winters, and it's like this whole narrative about like living in this like perma winter caused by atomic bombs. But the funniest thing is that it originates from a Minecraft server that she was on. Like I love how like such cool ideas can come from the silliest places. Like, what do you mean this like raw idea that's like so cool just originated because you were playing Minecraft one day? Yeah. Like, I love how inspiration can just come from anywhere.
Yeah. Also, Faith is, like, so cool.
She's so cool. I love her.
I love her, too. I get so mad because I'm like, you're so much cooler than I am. I hate you.
Oh, my gosh.
Not really. I love her.
Faith is lovely.
She is.
She will be on here as soon as I can manage to get her on here.
Yeah. She was going to be on today,
but she had to leave. Yeah. We unfortunately timed this very badly because it's like been 2 weeks now that I wanted to record that I didn't because last week it just didn't work out because I got really busy, and then the week before that, like, it was kind of last minute when I got everybody together. So I was like, okay, we will just do this next week, and then I got busy, and then next week, which is now, there's a break in the middle of the week, like Thursday, Friday. It was like a 4-day weekend, and a lot of people left as soon as Monday hit because they didn't care.
Yeah, they were like, I can risk it.
Which, by the way, is crazy because none of my classes have felt like I could just miss. Like, literally, I had a midterm exam on Tuesday.
Well, also, you're majoring in, like, chemistry. So.
Well, yeah, but none of my classes right now, like, matter for chemistry. Like, it's all just prerequisites. Oh. I won't start taking, like, actual classes related to chemistry until next semester. Because next semester, I'm going to take Foundations of Chemistry, and I'm going to take Pre-Calc. Hopefully it doesn't kill me. I've heard it's not actually, like, I'm not bad at math. I just need a good teacher. I've heard it's not actually that bad. Like, I did trigonometry and was fine at it. And I actually did a little bit of pre-calc a few years ago and I was fine at it. But I think I just kind of need to hope that I don't, like, let the stigma get to me. Surprise, dude. My math teacher, bless her heart, she has a really thick accent and she talks fast and not that loud. So, like, she'll be explaining stuff and I'm looking at the board and I just can't. I have to just rely on her PowerPoints or, like, the accompanying ones. Yeah. But, like, I've yet to not understand any of the math. So, there's that.
I'm like really happy because I don't have a math class this semester.
You will.
I'll have one next semester, probably. I do have to.
Oh, dude, okay. So I was like talking to my undergraduate advisor, which is Paige Kennedy, lovely lady. And I was like, so I have to get up before 7 a.m. on October 31st. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Because, oh my God. Because priority registration is something that I have because of honors college and also this program called SSS, which is for like first generation college students. Because my mom and my dad did not go to college. Actually, my mother, bless her heart, I love her with all my heart. Shout out to you, Mom. I love you, Mom. I don't know if she'll ever hear this. She might. I mean, entirely PG podcast.
Unlimited aura.
She can listen. But her highest level of education is the 8th grade because she's not like she's entirely capable of like functioning and everything. She's not like super like mentally like deficient or like developmentally different. She's just like not good at math at all.
Yeah.
Like really bad with math. Like that's why she won't work like a cash register ever. Because not only is she, it's not so much that she can't do the math. It's just that like obviously she can do basic addition with money and stuff. It's that she can't do it fast enough without like, you know, getting stressed by the people who are waiting for her to count their money.
Yeah.
So like, I just realized that it's probably good that we're gonna go over 50 minutes here because a lot of this is probably gonna get like cut down and cleared up. But no, my mother, she's great. And actually, back at my household, I currently hold the highest level of education because I finished high school. And neither my mom nor her boyfriend finished high school. My mom didn't finish it because they did not accommodate her properly, and it was like the 90s and early 2000s when she was in high school. So did not get like the proper help she needed. My mom's boyfriend is in his 40s and can't read. He's not like incapable of learning. He just can't read. And like that's not to. I hold nothing against anyone who's illiterate. Like I understand that it's different circumstances. I do not like my mother's boyfriend. He is a man-child and not in like entirely through fault of his own. So yeah. But let's not get into trauma dumping. That's not what this podcast is about. Not yet, at least.
We'll get there.
We will get there.
Trust before this is over.
Before this is mama, the trauma in your life. What trauma did you experience at Ellie and Mason House? Dude, all of like the TikTok like gay brain rot is like it's like jingling keys in front of me, dude. Oh dude, I don't like Nicki Minaj anymore because she's crazy and is married to a sex offender. Dude, what was the she had to like clarify on Twitter. She was like, "My husband don't like kids. He just assaults women." Like she was like she clarified like he doesn't do anything to kids. It's just grown women, as if that makes it better.
Yeah.
He's still legally not allowed around most children, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But no, like if she was just not crazy, she'd probably be funny. But because she used to be funny and she's made good music. But like what's the one like the things you lied about, even pretending to your mother, like her spiral was so comical.
That was
or like the bullet
insane.
fragment bullet foot bullet fragment
Bigfoot. Because it's like his wasn't even about her.
Yeah, literally like there was one line about weirdos in the industry, and that's probably what Megan was referring to, probably specifically Drake, as Caitlyn said.
Or in light of recent events.
Well, yeah, did he?
Someone else, maybe. But I don't think it was about Nicki Minaj.
You know, I honestly, straight up, I don't think it was about. I think the Megan's Law line was
First of all, absolute fire.
Yeah,
but like,
insane. Y'all not afraid of Megan. You just afraid of Megan's Law is insane. Also, okay. Speaking of lines that I don't want to like, but I do, Eminem, lyrical genius of his time. But he's been like writing this weird sort of like counterculture grift
you gonna
recently.
cancel me, Gen Z me, bruh?
But like there was one line in one of his songs which at first I thought was stupid, but then after like the P Diddy stuff where it's like he didn't just say rapper and leave out a P, did he? Like I thought it was so stupid when I first heard it, but like honestly I fear that's a bar. Like I don't really like modern Eminem because it's just kind of him being like oh, guys, look, Slim Shady's still around. He's still counterculture. I don't like the people. Like, I don't know. It just bothers me.
Blind people.
Yeah, it's so silly. It's so silly. I can't take it like seriously. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even think Eminem is probably not like an evil person. I think that he's just trying really hard to like ride that particular grift.
Yeah. Especially with that whole like rant he went on in like his song about like how much he hates Christopher Reeves because he's like quadriplegic. That was insane.
What?
Yeah, that's where that line F blind people and deaf people
Well, that
suck.
was about Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, a dumb quadriplegic
That's
Fs.
terrible.
And then he talks about Christopher Reeves for like 2 minutes.
I swear that it's like it's almost Nicki Minaj-esque, like the way that
Yeah.
he's just. Except I think Nicki Minaj is actually going crazy, and Eminem is just trying really hard to latch
Yeah.
onto relevancy. I hate that Houdini won awards at like the MTV Music Awards.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? First of all, what do you mean? I think I forget who won Best New Artist, but I don't think it was Chappell Roan, and that's upsetting. No, wait, did she? Did she win Best New Artist? No,
I have no
she
idea.
did. No, Chappell Roan did win because she did that awesome like Joan of Arc like whole
Oh,
performance in like
yeah.
armor, but like for best hip hop and stuff, Houdini won. And what else came out? Kendrick Lamar's music. Why was Not Like Us not the winner? That's literally
Literally.
like the biggest song in a while. Like it's been on top for months.
I think we know why it didn't win. Because certain people can make rap music that is approved by critics, and certain people cannot.
Yeah, Not Like Us may be really popular, but it calls out people in the industry.
Yep.
But no, 100%. Everything Kendrick Lamar put out this year is better than Houdini.
It was.
Straight up.
And like I don't even have like I think Houdini's like a fine party
It's
song.
okay. Like it's not bad.
Yeah.
I've heard worse. But compared to Eminem's old stuff, it's not it.
Yeah.
Like when you look at like
Yeah, did you want to hear two white people talk about rap music? Is that what you came on
Listen,
this podcast for?
two like slightly underknowledged people who it's fun.
I like Kendrick Lamar.
Dude, listen, Kendrick Lamar did make what is like critically the best album of all time.
Yeah.
To Pimp a Butterfly. Great album. You should talk about it on The Final Verdict.
I probably will.
The Final Verdict.
You guys should watch that.
You guys should watch The Final Verdict featuring Caitlyn, the redhead.
Yeah. You guys didn't know that about me before you said that.
Yeah, she is a redhead. My headphones are messed up again. Oh no! Oh, I can hear myself again.
Okay.
Woo!
Woo!
Yippee! Yippee! Yippee!
Yay!
What's like? Sorry, every time I do like the yippee bit, I think of like the smiling friends, like the homunculus, like the
Yeah.
stop fighting. Hello, daddies. Hello, my daddies. Hello, my daddies. Hello, my daddies. Hello, daddies. I mean, my favorite thing to do is like the old like grandma, like Charlie's grandma, like the. Oh, hello, my beautiful grandson. Oh, well, I can't quote that. I don't think we're supposed to say any swears.
Yeah.
I'll just change the quote. I cursed and said darn in 1948 when I saw your grandfather get shot in the head by that rotten burglar. Oh, would you like a delicious piece of hard candy for the road, Charlie? That's gonna mess my voice up.
Yeah.
I can't do that for long. Okay.
I've not watched Smiling Friends,
It's
but
so good. I can like help if you need a way to watch it. I can find you a way to watch it legally.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
my
yeah, you know.
favorite like Smiling Friends TikTok sound, I'm sorry. But like my favorite Smiling Friends TikTok sound is the one where the little red guy is like, I have my Dr. Monster appointment with Dr.
Yeah.
Monster.
I can't be there because I have my Dr. Monster appointment with Dr. Monster. I'd rather be back with
With
Dr.
Dr.
Monster. I love Alan so much, dude. Alan, Glep, did you take a paper clip? I love that show so much. Dude, the season finale of episode 1 is just them going to Brazil, but then not having a hotel room, so they just talk for 10 minutes and then leave Brazil. And nothing happens. Literally, it's just 10 minutes of people like it's every bit of dialogue sounds completely natural, like it's just a real conversation. Like they literally call Mr. Boss, and it just sounds like they called a guy who just woke up. Straight up. He doesn't even do the voice. Like the voice actor doesn't even do the voice for Mr. Boss at all. It's so funny, and I love it. You've got to watch all those smiling bits. Like I remember when I first was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch. I was like, I hope that having seen all the bits doesn't ruin it for me. It doesn't. It's just as funny. And there's stuff that you're not gonna see online either, because like people don't post it in clip compilations. It's such a funny show. For people watching, I heavily recommend Smiling Friends. Please go watch Smiling Friends. It's so good. I don't know if season 3 is coming out or when. It probably will. It's a hugely successful show. But season 2 has like one of my favorite bits ever, where spoilers, I guess, if you haven't watched the massively popular comedy show, but Charlie and Pim go they come back from like being on an alien spaceship, and they see the Earth, and it's flat. It's completely flat, because previously they'd like gotten into an argument with somebody about how the Earth was round, and it was proven round. And they get back, and Charlie's not, and Pim's just like, Charlie, that's not the Earth, is it? And then he looks over, and there's just like the done, like the noise effect, and you see the Earth, and it's like flat with like rocky mountains underneath it, like little brown like spikes, and it's got like the dome and everything, and the sun is just like a spotlight that goes around it. And they're just like, that can't be the Earth. That's completely flat. Oh my God, Charlie, the Earth's flat. Charlie, the Earth's flat. Dude, we can't tell anybody about this. We have to take this to our grave. This changes everything. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Do they tell anybody?
No.
Good.
It never comes up again so far. It has not come up in a single episode since then, and it's so funny. Oh, there's also this one bit in season 1 where like they go to like help make this princess smile, and it's like kind of like a riff on like fantasy genre and like Lord of the Rings kind of stuff. And there's like this almost grotesque looking hobbit that looks like Bilbo or Frodo, and there's like this almost homoerotic subplot between Charlie and this hobbit, because there's a part where it's like, Charlie, I wrote my song.
My mom's calling.
Your mom's calling.
I'm gonna answer.
Okay, wait, no, don't answer on here.
Wait, I'm gonna answer.
Okay, Caitlin's gonna answer.
Hey, I'm filming.
I'm sorry.
What?
The grape vegetables with strawberry be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, bye.
Okay, bye. When are you gonna be here?
I don't know. I'm only about 20 minutes away. I'm over here at South Point at Sam's.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Just take your time. I'll take my time.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
I'm getting Uncrustables, guys.
Okay, so I don't know if we're gonna edit that out. We probably will. But if it stays in, that'd be really funny. Maya, up to your discretion once again.
Yeah, if it's not funny, you can take it out.
I'm putting a lot on Maya right now. But if you get a chuckle out of that entire situation, please leave it in.
Yeah.
Man, we are over an hour. I think that it's about time to wrap up the first episode of Yapaholics Anonymous. Caitlyn, this is a really silly question. What's your last name?
Thompson.
Caitlyn Thompson?
Yeah.
Okay. This has been Yapaholics Anonymous with your host, Gavin Reynolds, and my today's co-host, and hopefully consistent co-host in the future, Caitlyn Thompson. Thank you for listening, and I hope all of you have an amazing day.
Yeah.
Also, Maya, please cut out the part of me asking Caitlyn her last name, because that's really embarrassing.
Don't cut that out. Don't cut that out.
No.